You know what? There are many people in different parts of the world, and specifically West Africa, who lost everything to gambling. Well, online gambling like sports betting, casinos, virtual poker, and so much more. But the famous ones usually are sports betting, and this particular one, Avita, that people end up losing everything to. Now, this video is by no means to advise you to quit gambling. We both know you won't. It's your choice. Hell, they even have a disclaimer that says bet responsibly on their platforms, and we will get to that. But where to me it is absolutely unfair, it's not giving people easy access to simply go into the accounts and permanently delete the accounts when they feel the need to quit gambling. That is why in this video I will take you through the process of requesting to permanently delete your account on Betway should you subjectively make a decision to do so. Now, before we get into that, why I think the unavailability of easy access to close one's account on Betway is unfair is that on the Betway website, the user only has the option to cool off. And to access this feature, you must go to the menu, which is the 3 horizontal line option, and then scroll to responsible gaming. There you find cooling off period. Cooling off period has a maximum of 6 months. My question here is why not an option to delete one's account permanently if one chooses to do so? Look, gambling stimulates the brain's reward system much like drugs and alcohol, which can lead to addiction. So if you have a gambling problem, you may continuously chase bets that lead to your losses and end up, losing your entire life savings and creating debt for yourself. Now, there has been many reports of people hiding the gambling problem, even turning to theft or fraud to support this kind of addiction.
It is 9 p.m. in Nairobi. On such a night, on July 2nd, 2016, Paul Midega sat down to watch the last game of his life. This was a semi-final cup between Italy and Germany. And this night is where the tragic story of Paul Midega begins.
You stole more than £250,000 to fund this addiction. How did you do that?
A lot of ways that, obviously I'm not proud of in any shape or form.
I'm Kevin Gasher. I'm a consultant psychologist. The first phase is called the winning phase. So in this winning phase, the person is gambling for that fun and excitement, and they are winning here or there, and things like that, right?
Being a manager, I had a lot of responsibility there, which meant that a lot of the things I did probably went under the radar. I was getting credit cards out of my name. Money that was due to be refunded back to the company was coming back directly to my bank account.
After the winning phase, now you have the losing phase. Now in this losing phase, the losses have accumulated. You're losing more than you're winning, right? Obviously, like I said, it's not a time I'm particularly proud of in my life.
Listen, years ago, I don't know if you know this about me, I had a problem with gambling, so I completely get that this is difficult, not maybe cathartic, probably difficult to open up about it. But opening up about it is not condoning it. In fact, what it does is it perhaps highlights how it can grab people and the responsibility of these organisations that I think, should stand up and be counted. You spontaneously confessed to your bosses. I mean, as the debt built between you and me, you knew you were going to be caught, didn't you?
After this phase, after the losing phase, now we have the desperation phase.
100%. And I think that's half of the reason why it got to the stage it did. I was so afraid of getting caught as such, afraid of what I stood to lose. I knew that I'd obviously lose my job, I'd lose my career, there's losing friendships, family. So all of that was obviously playing on my mind.
After the desperation phase, now you have the last phase, which is the hopelessness phase. A lot is crumbling down and they're in almost crippling debt at that point, right? And that at that point is where the suicidal thoughts and the suicidal attempts start to manifest, right? Because a lot looks like it's crumbling, and for a lot of people, they feel like there's no other way to get out of that situation.
I gambled more to pay more back, but because I was in such a spiral, I was losing more and it was just a continuous circle of bad decisions, basically.
It's just a hamster wheel of it's so terrifying and so terrible, and I'm totally with you. But you did own up. You were jailed for 27 months. At that moment, when that gavel went down and you are heading to jail, what are you thinking?
Just how I've let everyone down. I was married at the time. I've got 2 young kids, and And the thought of being away from them was always the worst thing.
Now, the problem here is that knowing definitely that gambling can lead to these serious life-threatening issues, why make it even slightly difficult for people to be able to opt out when they feel they need to? Because if you give me a cooling period, obviously knowing very well that I still have that as an option, the probability of me returning perhaps even earlier is extremely high.
I literally got my pay, lost it in Betfred, come back up to the work computer, took a Wonga loan and lost that in the same like 45-50 minute period.
I decided to put it all on one bet, one horse race, the Cheltenham Gold Cup in March 2018. And if that horse won, I would have won that money back. I had the intention to pay everybody back. If it didn't win, it had literally become a matter of life and death, and I was going to go and kill myself.
Guys, that is why if you need to delete your account on Betway, you have to contact their support and don't get intimidated. The process is quite easy. I will take you through it. I have had an account on Betway, if I can remember, for more than 5 years now. Those days, I loved the sports betting games, but I quit. Interestingly, not because of Betway, but a betting website called Lollybet. Now, many people will remember this story if they were caught up in this issue as well. A few years ago, the betting company took a huge loss one weekend that they couldn't afford to pay. Unfortunately, my win was part of their losses. I kept calling them. They didn't answer until I sent the police after them. Now, I remember they had their office in Usuden. This was about 5 or 6, years ago, maybe more. But if you're caught up in this with your, your win as well, can you let me know in the comment section below and let me know if you got your money back, because I did after the police went looking for them. Now, a lady called Sarah called me, arranged my payment at the time. It wasn't much. It was about, 3,000 cedis. Now, the money was deposited into my mobile money account, and that was the end. Now, I'm not sure if Lollybet is still active, but hey, at least I got my money, right? So if you had wins during that period, let me know if you also got paid or you got your money back. For me, after that, I decided not to engage anymore like I used to in online betting. I closed my account with Lollybet. They had the option to close the account, so I did, and we are here today. That being said, that is what Betway should do as well. Give your customers the option to close the account without going through customer care, because honestly, some of the questions that I've had to answer before closing my account was seriously ridiculous. It's my account, just close it for Christ's sake. Now let's get into it. Now, to close your account on Betway, quickly scroll down and locate Contact Us. Now, once you open it, it should look like this. Click on Chat to Live Support, and the session will be open to speak to a support team agent. Now, you will be asked to select options of deposits, withdrawals, password reset, but we don't need all that. We want to close our account, so choose other. Once an agent enters the chat, you will be asked to describe how they can help you. You can see I would kindly like to deactivate my account on Betway, kindly assist. I think I was placed with another agent, I'm not sure, because I was asked to wait for the next available agent. Now, where I was getting work, that was the next message that came. Kindly assist us with the reason you want to lock your account. Really, while I was looking for the word deactivate, permanently close, shut down, close my account, why are you still using the word lock? Anyway, they asked for my mobile number, I gave it to them, and then they asked for the reason I needed to lock my account again. At this point, I was like, you know what, fine, call it whatever you want, just get me the hell out of here. For the reason I was not even willing at this point to be persuaded about my decision, so I simply said personal reasons. And here comes another message that I still do not get. Please note that you can lock the account by yourself for a duration of 6 months. Why are you still using the word lock? Because if I have a computer and it's locked for 6 months, the information is still there, access is still there. What I want to do is completely wipe out formats. I hope you get my point. So I responded by, that is fine, I would like to permanently delete my account, please. Then there came the numerous verification details. I needed to provide my current balance, my email, the last deposit made, last withdrawal made, amount of last wager value, and my full name. I said, cool. I provided every information they needed. They asked me to hold on while they look into my account. I said that is fine. They thanked me for holding, and the next message that came, I couldn't believe it. Rebois, for following up on your query, kindly note that the account has been locked per your request. Locked? Really? Why not the word deactivated? Why not the word closed? At this point, I said whatever. They will ask you to log out and confirm account lock. And my question here, considering that Betway keeps saying lock, then perhaps meaning that per your request, it can't be opened again without re-registration. Meaning that they don't really permanently close your account, but they lock, quote unquote, lock your account. That is why I keep saying this is unfair. But betting itself is unfair, guys. And honestly, I don't even have a problem with these betting companies. For them, it is business. Now, they're in business to make money when you lose money. So you have no choice but to dance to their tune and to play by their terms. Guys, be responsible. Right? Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.